welcome to this, the first night of KIRKCUDBRIGHT song. Hopefully something that's going to be kicking off for years to come, we hope. A massive thank you to you all for coming along and supporting us this evening. And what a treat you're in for. Please put your hands together for Steve Tilston.
Down to the riverside, weeping will always for me. Don't let it lie down to the road and see. You know the one I love, she's moved to some other space. That special face will not let me be. I'm gonna watch this world roll by through the hanging leaves. Weeping will only for me. See, I believe that river's gonna set me free. Let that river decide the way it's meant to be. If this river was a wine, oh, that ain't no lie. Weeping will only for me. I would drink it dry and cry a soul to see. Take my boat down to the riverside. Weeping will only for me. Don't let it ride down to the road and see. I'll let this river decide the way it's meant to be.
So this is a song with a Spanish flavour to it, and about three late summers ago, late summer, early autumn, my wife and I went to southern Spain, Nerja, around that area in Andalusia. We know that part well, and we got this amazing place literally on last minute job, and really reasonable. It was on this cliff edge overlooking the sea with this little zigzag path down to this beach, and absolutely idyllic. Apart from the jellyfish, I managed to get stung several times within about an hour of getting there. so it's like being plugged into the main socket. But also there's a little river called the Rio de la Miel, the river of honey, running next to it. I mean, absolutely perfect. Apart from way back and sort of set about 150 yards or so, way off to the right and set back a bit, was this kind of imposing building that I just had this feeling about. And on closer inspection and asking people, it was used to be a paper mill, and during the Spanish Civil War it had been a place of torture, internment, torture and ultimately execution. So when I found this out, it put a slight dampening on the proceedings. And asked the woman we were renting the place from, she said that, yeah, that was the case. Not only that, her grandfather had been the leader of a local guerrilla band fighting the fascists, and he had a nickname called El Duende, and it's got various connotations in Spanish. This particular one, she said, was the shadow, because they could never find him. And he was the thorn in the side of this really sadistic captain, who was captain of the local civil guard, who was stationed in this paper mill. And this captain was an absolute sadist and adored torturing people. Very fastidious man, apparently, with a pencil-thin moustache, and they all did. And just like tormenting people. Very fastidious man. He would only ever eat half his meals. So the women from the local village would bring him up these delectable meals. He would divide them in two and make them spirit the remainder away to this herd of semi-feral pigs that were rooting around not 50 yards from his window. And behind where these pigs were was a cave, and in the cave was El Duende. So you couldn't make it up. The bloke he was searching high and low for was 50 yards under his nose. Not only that, he was keeping him alive with his half-eaten meals. Had to be a song, what with that and the river called the Rio de la Miel. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? This is surprisingly enough called the Rio de la Miel. Eats like a bird, always he leaves a half-empty plate. He picks up the bones of his prisoner's fear. His true appetite is deciding men's fate. The table is clear, the leftovers saved, secretly taken down to the cave, where the one he pursues watches and waits. El Duende waits for the stone's throw away. Along the Rio de la Miel, all of the sweet honeybees they have gone. Along the Rio de la Miel, all of the bad boys did run. The plate clean, El Duende dreams of sweet victories. Republic restored, a full plate of meat. Those fascist dogs driven into the sea. And he hears the cries of his comrades in arms, held in the bowels of the old paper mill, where El Capitan with precision he probes. Only the men will sweat it to spill. Along the Rio de la Miel, all of the sweet honeybees they have gone. Along the Rio de la Miel, all the wet blood did run.
cover of night, a lonely outpost, his chosen prey. From high above, he swoops like a hawk. By break of dawn, he's back in his cave. El Capitan, he leads his patrols into the mountains, down to the sea. He never does guess that right under his nose, the scraps that he leaves keeps El Duende free. Along the Rio Bellamy, the sweet honeybees they have gone. Along the Rio Bellamy, when the rabbit did run. Along the Rio